is right here, because I would like for you to start playing around with this a little bit this week. I put in Credit Karma Loan Calculator. When you go to get a car, a house, you can calculate how much you can afford for a payment. So let's say that you have an income and you say that you can afford $300 on a car. I like for you to use the Credit Karma Simple Loan Calculator. Notice I put in Credit Karma Loan Calculator to do my search in Google Chrome. If I come here and I click on Simple Loan Calculator, okay, I can put in here my loan amount. Let's say that you're getting a nice car. You're getting a $30,000 car. And you have a good credit rating, so you only owe 4% interest. And you're going to take your loan out for 6 years on this new car. So if I calculate, it says that your payments will be $469 per month. I mean, you can't afford that car if you can only afford $300. So you can start checking on what you want as a car. Now remember, put that in the back of your head there. $469 is your monthly payment. Now what if we have a poor credit rating? And right now, let's say that you have to pay 15% interest. Instead of $469 a month, you would be paying $634 a month. This is why your credit rating is so important, because we went from $460 a month up to $634. Now this is for the very same car. It's just based on a poor credit rating versus a good credit rating. So we'll work more with this loan calculator, but I would like for you this week to go there and get used to how this works. Put your calculations in a little bit, because next week we're going to do some math work that we can compare good credit ratings, poor credit ratings, different terms of the loan. When I say different terms, I mean different length of time. Maybe you buy a house and you want to look at, do I want to pay 30 years or 15 years? And we'll look at that next week. But this is your assignment for this week. So, good morning. I would like to start off by talking a little bit about what your assignment is today before we talk about the topic. Several people have not been following directions. If you look at the red area, it says to reuse complete sentences, and that you should go to Google Docs or Google Word to write your answers. Please do not write them on this paper. They come up so small I cannot read them, and I will not be grading them. To find the answer to these questions, you have to go to Google Chrome and research. You all know how to use that, and you should be able to find your answers. It says read and put the answers in your own words. Do not copy and paste. I've been to most of the sites that you'll look at, and I know what the answer would be if you copy and paste. Look at the underlined area. It says you will need a paragraph for each answer. A simple sentence will not do. So this assignment will take a little bit more time, but you do have the next 2 days to get this done. So, a credit rating. We've all seen commercials for Drive Time or Credit Karma where they make fun of people with a poor credit rating. You guys are not that far from having maybe a car loan, an educational loan, a home loan, and your credit rating plays a huge amount on how well you will do financially. A poor credit rating costs you more. So let's take a look at now. Here are your questions. Please remember to do them either in Google Docs or Word, and then submit them into Google Classroom. If you cannot get it into Google Classroom, please send me an email and say, hey, I shared with you, or I attached it to this email, because otherwise I don't look anywhere else. I hope you have a good day. Take care. Stay healthy. The chart I've put in. So these are the categories. You can see the scores and where they are. You notice it starts at 300 and ends at 850. A score never goes below 300. 300 is the poorest score you can have. 850 is the best score you can have. So you can see there's categories in there. But if you take a look, mortgage rates go anywhere from 3.9% maybe for a good credit rating up to 9.5%. What that means is when you get your loan for your home, you will be in one of these categories. If you're in the poor credit category, you are going to pay more in interest, which means you can afford less house because you're going to be paying more in interest. If you have great credit, you can have the lower interest rate. If we take a look at auto loans, the same thing is true. You can have two people who have the exact same education getting out of college, and if one person has a poor credit rating, they will pay a lot more for a car than the person who has a good credit rating based on the interest rate. Next week, we'll be doing some math problems based on this. So this is going to be really a 2-week project. Your insurance rates, your rates are much higher if you have a poor credit rating. Not based on driving, not based on claims, but because you have a poor credit rating, they do charge more. If you take a look at credit cards, they start off at about 8% if you have a good credit rating. In here, your poor credit rating can be almost 30%. In Indiana, it is actually 36% that you can have as a high credit rating. Different states have different maximum interest rates that can be charged. So let's put this into a number format. If you have $1,000 that you owe and you have excellent credit, according to this, you would owe $799, or I'm sorry, $79.90 in interest for the entire year. However, if you have a poor credit rating and you are at 28.9% interest, you would have an additional $289 added on to your bill because you have a poor credit rating. Credit ratings are very, very important to keep track of. What I want you to look at, so here's just another picture of what categories can be and their rating numbers. Now, how are you given a rating? A rating is given to you by one of the main credit rating companies, and that is one of your questions that you'll be answering. However,